Have you ever looked at your life and felt a quiet, nagging question? Am I doing this right? We chase the things the world tells us will make us happy. The career, the money, the perfect relationship. And yet, we often feel like we're just running in place, still waiting for the good life to finally begin. But what if the good life isn't a destination you arrive at? What if it's not a prize you win after a long struggle? The ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, one of the most brilliant minds in human history, offered a radical and empowering answer. He believed the good life isn't something you find, it's something you build, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. This is not a guide to a perfect life because that does not exist. This is a guide to a flourishing life. We will explore Aristotle's 4 timeless laws for building a life of virtue, purpose, and profound contentment. This is the blueprint for becoming the architect of your own soul. 1. The law of habits. You are what you repeatedly do. The first and most foundational law is a simple but powerful truth. Aristotle famously said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. We have a romantic obsession with the grand gesture, the one heroic act, the single breakthrough, the lottery win moment that we believe will change everything. But Aristotle knew that this is an illusion. Your character, your success, and the quality of your life are not defined by these rare, dramatic moments. They are forged in the small, quiet, and often boring repetitions of your daily life. You are not the person you say you want to be. You are the person your daily habits reveal you to be. Imagine 2 people want to become writers. The first waits for a moment of grand inspiration. They talk about the novel they will write one day. The second person, inspired by Aristotle, simply makes a habit of writing 1 single page every single day. It doesn't matter if they feel inspired or not. After a year, the first person is still waiting. The second person has written a 365-page book. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus echoed this, teaching his students to focus on their daily choices. The small, seemingly insignificant actions you take every day are the bricks you are using to build the fortress of your character. A single workout does not make you healthy. A single act of kindness does not make you a good person. A single page read does not make you wise. It is the repetition that is the superpower. So look at your daily habits with honest eyes. They are not just the things you do, they are the prophecy of who you are becoming. The person you will be in 5 years is a direct result of the small, repeated choices you are making today. 2. The law of balance, the path between the extremes. The second law is a guide to navigating the chaos of human emotion and desire. Aristotle called this the golden mean. He believed that every virtue, every good quality, is the perfect middle point between 2 extremes, or 2 vices. Courage is the beautiful, balanced middle point between the vice of cowardice, too little fear, and the vice of recklessness, too little caution. Generosity is the golden mean between stinginess, giving too little, and wastefulness, giving too much. This is a profound psychological insight. A good life is not a life of extremes. It is not about being fearless, but about having the right amount of fear. It is not about never getting angry, but about feeling the right amount of anger at the right time for the right reason. Think about confidence in the workplace. One extreme is a crippling lack of confidence where you never speak up or share your ideas. The other extreme is arrogant overconfidence, where you dismiss the ideas of others and refuse to listen. The golden mean is a quiet, steady self-assurance. It is the confidence to speak your truth, but also the humility to listen to others. Living well is not about avoiding the edges. It's a constant, mindful act of finding the beautiful, powerful, and sustainable center. The Buddhist concept of the middle way teaches a similar path, avoiding the extremes of self-indulgence and self-mortification. The good life is not a life of radical denial or radical indulgence. It is a life of beautiful, wise, and intentional balance. 3. The law of purpose. What are you for? The third law moves from the how of a good life to the why. Aristotle believed that everything in the universe has a telos, a natural purpose, an ultimate aim, a reason for being. The telos of an acorn is to become an oak tree. The telos of a knife is to cut. So, he asked, what is the telos of a human being? It is not to accumulate wealth or to achieve fame. He believed the ultimate purpose of a human life is eudaimonia. This is often translated as happiness, but it's a much deeper concept. It means to flourish, to live at the peak of your potential, to be a fully realized human being. And he said, we achieve this by living a life of reason and virtue. This invites a powerful shift in your thinking. Stop asking the world, what can I get? And start asking yourself, what am I for? Imagine a young lawyer starts her career with the goal of making a lot of money. She is successful, but feels empty and unfulfilled. Her life is busy, but it is not directed by a purpose. She does some deep self-reflection and realizes her true telos is to fight for justice. She leaves her corporate job and goes to work for a non-profit, helping people who cannot afford a lawyer. Her salary is a fraction of what it was, but for the first time, her life feels deeply meaningful. She has found her why. As the psychologist Viktor Frankl wrote, after surviving the horrors of the Holocaust, those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. A life guided by a deep sense of purpose is a life that cannot be broken by hardship. 4. The law of true friendship, the soul's highest good. Finally, Aristotle believed that a flourishing life is not a solitary one. He saw true friendship as one of life's greatest and most necessary goods, but his definition of friendship was very specific. He identified 3 types. Friendships of utility, people who are friends for mutual benefit, like business partners. Friendships of pleasure, people who are friends because they have fun together, like a sports team or a party crew. Friendships of virtue. This is the highest and rarest form. These are friends who love each other not for what they can get, but for who the other person is. They admire each other's character and genuinely want what is best for the other's own sake. Let's say you have a friend who always calls you when they need something. Utility. You have another friend who is great fun to go to a concert with, but you never have a deep conversation. Pleasure. But then you have that one friend you can call at 3 a.m. when your life is falling apart, who will listen without judgment, who tells you the hard truths you need to hear, and who celebrates your successes without a hint of envy. That is a friendship of virtue. Aristotle believed that a few of these deep, virtuous bonds are infinitely more valuable than 100 shallow, convenient ones. The philosopher Epicurus created a community called the Garden, based on this very idea. He believed that the constant presence of trusted, virtuous friends was a greater source of happiness than any wealth or luxury. So, in the end, Aristotle's great secret is this: the good life is not a destination you arrive at. It is not a prize you are given. It is a masterpiece you create. You are the sculptor, and your life is the marble. Your daily habits are the thousands of small, patient taps of the chisel that slowly reveal the form of your character from the rough stone. Your sense of balance is the artist's eye, knowing exactly where to strike and where to leave the stone untouched, finding strength not in extremes, but in beautiful, harmonious form. Your purpose is the grand vision you hold in your mind's eye, the vision that guides every single choice and gives the entire work its profound meaning. And your true friendships are the fellow artists in your studio, the ones who can look at your unfinished work with an honest eye, celebrate its emerging beauty, and inspire you to carve with ever greater courage and skill. This is not a race to a finish line. It is a slow, deliberate, and beautiful practice. There will be days the stone feels too hard, where your hand slips, where you doubt the vision. But there is no true failure in this work, only the ongoing sacred process of creation. The goal is not to create a perfect life, but an authentic one. A life that, when you look upon it, fills you with the profound and quiet satisfaction of the master craftsman. This is what Aristotle called eudaimonia, not just fleeting happiness, but a state of true human flourishing. It is the deep joy of a soul that is actively, courageously, and beautifully bringing itself into being, moment by moment, choice by choice.